Hello YouTube, this is Art Wolf and you're watching No Enemies Here, the Wargaming News.
No meeples, please.
From Tiny Battle Publishing, Platoon Level Combat in World War IV. Sticks and Stones, designed by Mark H. Walker, 2nd edition with updated rules. The game includes 88 die-cut counters, one super hot, only slightly radiated post-nuclear playing map, rules, 3-player 8 cards, 18 action cards, and a spiffy Ziploc bag for containment. Hollenspiel, Age of Alexander, Table Battles Expansion number 2. The game design is by Tom Russell. The duration is 20 minutes. It's a 2-player game with solitaire suitability that is very high, and the theme is Ancients. The Chief of Bonding with Board Games was live with Paul Combin, the author of A Dicey Business. This is a book about Paul's reminiscent over his 50 years of wargaming pleasure. Also, the Chief is doing something new. He is digitally previewing a new Richard board game called Red Alert Space Fleet Warfare. Now imagine having that kind of clout where he doesn't even have the game. People are just throwing digital files at the guy. Please show it, show it, show it. I want to be like the Chief. The description in Chief's own words is, think Command and Colors Ancients in space with capital ships, fleets, small fighter, combat screening, instead of war elephants, slingers, and hoplites. Oh my. The Gimpy Gamer and his magnum opus on Lock and Load's Core Rule System 5.0. The videos that are out right now consist of rules of vehicles, overruns, vehicle assault moves, fire, facing, open button, and rubbling. Gimpy is also checking out Gatto Leader, The Battle for the Pacific. This is a DVG game designed by Dan Verson. The artist is non-available. Gimpy's Gal guesses Cataclysm, a Second World War. This is a game designed by Scott Muldoon and William Terdoslavich. The artists are Charles Keebler, Terry Leeds, and Roger B. McGowan. Stuka Joe is continuing his game replay of The Great Game by John Gorkowski. Mauro Faina is continuing his Combat Commander exploration. He explores the map and also the pieces in the game. Cody of the Discriminating Gamer is doing a live Black Orchestra playthrough. Black Orchestra is a game designed by Philip Dubarry. The artists are Cody Jones, Dan May, and Lucas Soriano, published by Game Salute. Now, you're gonna ask yourself, Black Orchestra, is it a war game? Well, hold on, let's see here. The premise is a game to assassinate Hitler during World War II. You know, Twilight Struggle is a game of the Cold War with Russia about nukes. It's a war game. I'm gonna get flack for this. The Centurions Review, featuring his little chihuahua, reviews a game by Yaquinto, The Fall of South Vietnam Unboxing. The Fall of South Vietnam, that is a game of combat in South Vietnam 1973-1976, or I should say 1975, is a game designed by Neil Zimmerer, and the artist is Roger B. McGowan. Publisher, Yaquinto. What's happening in the big board? I'll tell you what's happening in the big board. Kevin is checking out The Eagles of France, a game published by Hexism. Kevin is also checking out a C3I number 21 issue, Great Battles of History, Spartacus, and the Foes of Rome. Also a video on Panzer, a game by James M. Day, on D-Day Plus around Cayenne. Kevin does a shrink rip of Armageddon War, platoon level combat in the End War. This is a game published by Flying Pigs, designed by Mark Walker, and the artist is also Mark Walker. Heavy Cardboard is giving their weekly look ahead, June 4, 2018. They are also doing a two-player playthrough, teaching and roundtable discussion of Fort Sumter, a Mark Herman game. Jeff Capuano is revisiting Last Full Measure, The Battle of Second Manassas. This is a game by Yulin Game, and it is a print and play game designed by Gerald Todd. The artist is Gerald Todd. This free print and play game is a brigade scale game that uses regiment counters as opposed to generic line markers. The map measures 39 by 35 inches at a scale of 250 yards per 3/4 inch scale. Enrico Viglino of Callendale fame is continuing his playthrough of House of Normandy, a Hollenspiele game designed by Tom Russell. He also gives you a review of House of Normandy. Tim Korchnoi of Bare Bones Wargaming is checking out Silent Victory, a Consen Press release designed by Gregory M. Smith. The artists are Roger B. McGowan and Ian Wedge. In a future episode, I'm going to be doing a showcase on Roger B. McGowan. You'd be surprised how he's influenced our thoughts on wargaming from just his art. Bare Bones also has a video out on D-Day at Tarawa. He is doing a turn or two of the game designed by John Butterfield, published by Decision Games. Bare Bones is also doing something he said he would never do, which is an unboxing of Cataclysm, a Second World War, a game designed by William Tedoslavich and Scott Muldoon, published by GMT. Gigi of the Geek Gamers has a video out on Adventure Gaming. This is a game designed by Jim Dunnigan, Bob Ryer, and Redmond A. Simonson, published by SPI. This is a magazine game initiating the newbie, I guess, to science fiction game, military history game, and a fantasy role-playing game. The Strong Man of War Games, Rob Orn of Rob's Tabletop World, is checking out in this segment of War and Pieces, Enemies of Rome by Worthington Games. The game is designed by Grant and Mike Wiley. The artists are Sean Cook and Mandy Wood, and is published by Worthington Games. Rob is also doing a live playthrough of Enemies of Rome. You know, Rob, he's the kind of guy you want to have on your side. He kind of makes me think of Vulcan Raven in Metal Gear Solid 1. Compass Games, John Krantz is live with Compass Games Live Episode 6. I was contacted by designer David Thompson, the designer of Pavlov's House, The Battle of Stalingrad, soon to be published by DVG, and he asked me to check out this new game by Matt White. Hey, I did a showcase on this guy's art just a few episodes before. Matt White, Until the Bitter End. This is a World War II game. It's a print and play game for solitaire and 2 players. And what's cool about this game is that each chit has individual art. This is a Kickstarter project. Aardwolf is going through his Origins 2018 catalog. This is probably a catalog concerning the convention, and he will focus on where the war games are happening at Origins 2018. Counterproductive Games has a vlog on Great War Commander, storage and thoughts, and a video on a look at any cost, Metz 1870 from GMT, designed by Herman Latman. He's also doing an unboxing of Flying Pig Games Armageddon War, the base game, and also the expansion Burning Lands. Game design is by Mark Walker, and the artist is also Mark Walker. Counterproductive Games also has a rules primer for Armageddon War. A preview on what's coming up next week. On the 4 questions segment, I have Mark Herman answering 4 questions. You don't believe me?
Daniel asked me to answer some questions on an iPhone and send it to him.
The Player's Aid Review 1812, The Invasion of Canada from Academy Games. This is a game designed by Bo Beckett and Jeff Stahl. Jeff McAleer of the Gaming Gang is checking out Memoir 44, and it's reviewed on the Daily Dope. Blast Pop is doing an unboxing of an old Victory games from the 1980s. He's doing a discussion of the games and the graphics of a Joseph and Balkowski game, Omaha Beachhead, Battle for the Bocage. Marco Wargamer is checking out a Frederick Bay design, Heroes and Kings, published by Vey Victus. The artist is Pascal da Silva. Wargame Reviewer is explaining the rules. This is the first part of From Barbarossa to Berlin, but the Spanish version of the GMT game, De Barbarossa a Berlin. Wayne Hansen on his Recon segment has 2 videos out. First video is Long Street Attacks, the second day at Gettysburg. This is a game designed by Herman Latman and published by Revolution Games. The second video on his Recon segment is Armageddon War, platoon level combat in the End War. This is a game published by Flying Pig Games and designed by Mark Walker. AJ Toynbee of Hexes and Soldiers does an unboxing of Fighting Formation Großdeutschland Battle for Kharkov. This is a GMT release. The original design is by Chad Jensen, and this design is by Brian R. Van Noordwijk. Jonathan Townsend is giving you his experience and review of The Lost Battalion. This is a John Desch game that was originally published in his Strategy and Tactics magazine. Also, John does a playthrough on Miracle on the Marne, designed by John Compton, published by One Small Step. This is a World War I game on the Battle of the Marne that occurred near Paris, France in September of 1914. Consim World Expo 2018 featuring Monster Game Con 18, June 23rd to June 30th, 2018 in Tempe, Arizona. I'd love to go to this con, but hey, someone's got to do the news. Space Rumsfeld, Wild Weasel, has a new podcast after about a 5-month absence. This is a podcast about war games. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check in next week. Mark Herman answers 4 questions. And as Stuka Joe says,
No meeples, please.